is a $30 donation from Raspball255, who sends $30 and says, all you need is some quality gaming to help keep the world from going insane. We will do our best. Coming up on the Final Fantasy Adventure run by Opus 614 right now. Looking forward to that starting in just a few moments.
Cool. Did we get the names in? I'm guessing it's Jeff, considering RPG Limit Break.
I believe.
Only it's Jeff for the boy instead of the girl this time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I love how you set up the J already and the chord. Like you're just waiting for it.
We have the names coming in now, so the donation, so that donation incentive is closed. The winner of the boy's name is Board.
Oh, wow. Oh.
B-O-R-D.
All caps, I imagine?
I am surprised.
No, well, this is big and then small.
Okay.
So not all caps.
Oops. Bored. Oh, that came in quick.
Just like that, yeah.
That's a good.
We have
name.
tech reminding us that boards are jerks.
And the girl
as
name?
well.
And the girl's name is simply Sam. Sorry, Sam. S-A-M. Yes,
Gotcha.
thank you. I just wanted to be clear.
All right. So, are we ready whenever you guys are? I can do a countdown. Okay. On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so this is Final Fantasy Adventure, or Seiken Densetsu in Japan, which was the first game in the Mana series. Like a lot of people, if you've never heard of this game but have heard of Secret of Mana, this is kind of a loose prequel. It's an action RPG, and we're starting off with some kind of a pretty interesting glitch, too, because we have to fight this jackal monster in this arena twice, actually, but I guess just because of a programming bug, if he keeps attacking the explosion flames as it dies, that actually causes damage to the second jackal that he has to fight in another minute or so.
Yeah, right now we're just learning about our friend Willie here. He's fallen from his wounds. Pretty sad. And he's going to tell us that we had to find out about Gemma and Mana and stuff. So our hero is completely oblivious of that all, but our journey is to go find that stuff. Actually, it's good that the NPCs are over there because NPCs, if you walk into them, they just start talking to you.
Yeah, and the NPCs that walk around have random spawn locations when you load them too.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah, this game is pretty neat. It's like pretty good for a Game Boy game. It's like right before Link's Awakening came out, so this came out in '91, and it plays like Zelda 1 with like RPG elements. So I really like it.
Yeah, because it has another thing that I think might be a little innovative at the time too is a really flexible leveling system. Because you have 4 stats in this game: power, stamina, wisdom, and will. And every time you gain a level, you get to choose which one of those to prioritize.
Yeah.
The one you prioritize, you gain 2 when you from the level, and then 2 of the others you gain 1, and then the 4th you get nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
So in this run, we're actually
What's the route you're going to take for this run?
So for this one, I'm going to do power from level 1 to 7, and then from 8 to 23, I'm going to do straight stamina.
And this is the first instance of getting pushed off of a waterfall, too, which is a staple of the Mana series.
Yeah. Also, this is actually the first of the Mana series. This is a prequel to Secret of Mana, but it's called Final Fantasy Adventure in the U.S., and it had a few name changes here and there. So
that was, just like when the Saga games were renamed Final Fantasy Legend when they were released in North America, was basically just for marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, so right after he fell off here, now he's going to be. This is the only real what you can call grinding in the game too, just because He wants to level up a bit, but also he wants to get money because he wants to buy an iron helmet when he gets to topple the first town as part of setting up a glitch on his defensive stat that we'll explain as he does it. But for now, he's just killing these mushbooms and goblins, and he's prioritizing the goblins just because they're worth more gold. And he's trying to leave one enemy alive on each screen because then all he has to do to respawn all the enemies is just do a screen transition, whereas if he killed all of them, he'd have to go a couple more screens away and then come back. When you, just like the game said too, when you level up, your HP and MP all get refilled too. Then also the category that Opus is running is it's either any percent or any percent with warps.
Right.
So this is by far the shortest speedrun category for this game. Like I think the current record is about 33 minutes or so.
33:06.
Yeah, and then the record for warpless is just like 2 hours and 4 minutes or so.
Right. Yeah, and that record, the warpless record is held by Crow at the moment. Yeah, I have the any percent record right now. It could be pushed quite a bit. So if anyone wants to come out and learn the game, I can show you the ropes and get you a speedrun this. It's fairly easy to learn, but
but there is a lot of luck required.
There's a lot of luck.
Yeah,
a lot of luck,
especially for this category.
Yeah, at this point, the game is easy to learn, but as Opus said, you need a lot of luck to push the record down further.
All right, so he has his 140 gold, which is what he needs to buy the iron helmet, which he's just on his way to do now. This is going to largely remove the risk of death in the first two dungeons. So what he does here is he buys the iron helmet, and then he pushes it to the second slot in his inventory, and then saves and resets the game. And what that does is that it because having the empty slot at the top kind of makes the game think that he's at the bottom of his inventory. Oh yeah, you can attack NPCs
What do you
too.
hit the guy?
But
Poor guy.
But yeah, it makes the game think that he's kind of past the bottom of his actual inventory, and then because of some bugs in the coding, it actually adds more defense when you equip the helmet based on which slot it's actually in.
Mm-hmm.
So just pushing it to the second slot then actually gives him 10 extra defense, which is the equivalent from this iron helmet. Actually gives him kind of the equivalent of a gold helmet, which is a piece of armor you wouldn't normally be able to get until much later on. So just because of how high his defense is now, he's going to pretty much be taking 1 damage from almost everything for up until he starts glitching the game.
Yeah, and during the run, like later on the run, I'm going to be skipping a lot of stuff and going. The first skip is actually going to bring me halfway through the game, and at that point, it's going to be like a one-hit kill from there on in. So I have to be very, very careful later on in this run. But luckily, am able to save whenever I want. I can save anywhere in like outdoors, indoors. It doesn't matter. You can save in any room, which is very nice.
It's fairly low cost on time to do saves too, and like a few situations where he might. Actually, there's some where he will actually be resetting to respawn enemies or re-roll for better spawn locations too. So we have our first partner character now, too, Sam, the girl who we named earlier.
Yeah, Sam is very helpful. She casts regen on me, so if I talk to her, she'll heal me and it'll give me 2 health. Well, right now it gives me 2 health per tick.
Yeah,
and
it's a
six
percentage-based cure.
Right.
But yeah, every partner character, I mean, some of them have attacks that they naturally do, although Sam doesn't. And she's actually the only partner character that we're planning to get in this run. But every character, there's a command in his menu called Ask, and if he does that when he has a partner character, he gets, some of them have useless Ask commands where they just give you like advice or something.
Change the music.
Hey, that's not useless. That's actually that's legit.
That's a good one.
But yeah, the girls is one of the more useful ones because, like Opus just said, it gives you 6 ticks of an HP regen effect.
Yeah.
Like there's another, like the final character he's not going to be getting in this category. It actually gives you MP refill.
So the item I just got now is a Matic, and it's very, very helpful for this run. If you're going to play this game casually, you definitely want to grab a lot of those because you might get lost, and you might need to. There is an opportunity where you actually can get stuck if you save an area where you have to break through walls either way. So if you do pick this game up at all,
Yeah, because the Matic is sort of a weapon, but it doesn't really do much damage. And the reason you need them is more for a tool than an actual weapon. Like these rocks here, he needs Maddox to break, and then there's walls he can break with them too. He had to do that cutscene with Sam and Bogard, the sage, earlier in order to get his first Maddox. But once he's past that, he can actually both buy them in shops and also get them as random drops.
In the next dungeon, we'll need to get one random drop off an enemy, just because they drop Matic. There's these like little flying fish guys. I'm not even sure if there's like official names for all these enemies, so I just call them flying fish.
Yeah,
guys.
I call those mush booms because that's what they're
Mana.
called in Secret of Mana. But
Right.
yeah, I don't think any enemy in this game except bosses has an official name.
Yeah, dude. You should be just like us in Trip World and just give them whatever name you want.
That's one of the most fun parts of
Yeah.
playing older games.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
have like
for
really
sure. You get to be creative.
nebulous-looking sprites.
Yeah.
So he's just heading to Ket's place, which is, well, it's going to be a dungeon, but we don't actually have access to the dungeon part of Ket's place yet. So he just he has to go sleep here. And then Sam, unfortunately, gets kidnapped by Mr. Lee, who's a vampire. But
thankfully, yeah, right as soon as she leaves, before she leaves, she gives me the cure spell. Very handy, very convenient.
yeah,
really.
Cure costs 2 MP, so he
Right.
gets 3 uses of it. And then because he both heals and gets his MP back when he levels up, that's going to be his method of recovery. So so this is a pretty heavily glitched run. He's only actually done the Iron Helmet glitch for his defense so far, but other than that, he's playing the first couple dungeons as normal because he needs basically two tools in order to be able to start glitching. He needs the sickle, which is a weapon that he gets in the Marsh Cave, which is the next dungeon he's going to, and then he also needs a partner character, and there is a partner character that you can recruit in the Marsh Cave, but you can't actually take him out and to where he's going to be doing the wrong warp. So the earliest partner character you can bring there is the girl when he rescues her from Ket's place. So after fighting these lizard men here, he gets the key to the Marsh Cave and then heads on in.
There's a strat that I missed. Sorry, Bowie, if you're around. Typically, I would like fill up that Wilmir in the bottom. That Wilmir in the bottom allows me to do these large attacks. For the sword, it allows me to lunge across the screen and back to my original position. And it does a lot of damage. I think things like double damage, I believe. So
Yeah, every weapon type in the game has a super attack that he does if the will meter is full. If it's not actually full, depending on how much it is, you can get damage multipliers from your attacks too. And that actually applies to magic too, which I didn't know until I saw my first warpless speedrun of this game.
it'll really help out later on. Fill up the will meter to cast spells because we'll be getting a sleep spell called. We'll see once we get it. But I'll be using that a lot. I'll be abusing that spell a lot later on in the run. For right now, we're just venturing through. I'm going to get the sickle. Just like other mana games, you get a big collection of items or weapons. And it's kind of similar to... This was actually... There was Sword of Mana that came out. It's kind of similar to this. It's supposed to be like a remake, but it's not...
It's kind of more of a reimagining.
Reimagining, correct.
'Cause it has more... It's kind of pulls a lot of stuff from Secret of Mana and SD3.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, recently there was a remake called Adventures of Mana that came out. It's very, very true to the original remake. But yeah, that's each weapon has its own, like remember the will meter I was talking about earlier. Each attack is different. So when that charges up all the way full, it just swings the sickle in a larger radius.
Yeah, and then kind of that nice thing too about the game is that every weapon gives you very little tutorial on what the uses for it outside of killing monsters are. Like the sickle lets you cut down certain kinds of shrubberies like those there. Oh,
Oh.
pay no attention to that guy. He's harmless,
Yeah.
by the way. We'll never see him again. But yeah, he's the partner character you can get here. I think his ass command is useless, but he does shoot fireballs as he walks around. But especially in the English version, which both has more text and it draws out more slowly than the Japanese version, it's just not worth the time talking to him.
Right. It just wastes so much time. The text scrolling is so slow with him. But yeah, he's pretty useless. But the task uses him. The task is a totally different route than what I'm doing. It's hard to do the task route with like human hands. So try not to do that way. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're coming up on one of the first bosses. That's like excluding the jackal and everything.
Like
This
in the
one's
first
one-
real boss.
real boss, correct? Yeah. So we're going to be going to the Hydra.
Ooh.
All these bubbles. Every game I play is bubbles
Yeah, there's
everywhere.
certain enemies that only take damage from magic, like those bubbles, and then like the Mudmen and the Overworld. And he doesn't actually have any damaging magic yet. He gets his first spell that does that fire after defeating the Hydra.
So with the physical route, you during fights and like boss battles and stuff, you're going to be basically just running into the boss and just mashing the attack as much as you can.
Yeah, notice he is able to block the Hydra's fireballs with his shield too. Shields in this game don't actually increase your defense stat, but they do affect what types of projectiles that you can block with them. That's going to be very important for the final battle.
Oh yeah.
See, I wanted to do that because the Hydra can go out halfway or reach out as far as possible. And when he did
Ooh,
that,
nice.
Yeah.
got a lot of hits on
And
him.
then
Yeah.
Opus cast Cure while the Hydra was exploding, just because he has to wait for the explosion before the chest there spawns. So he just did that so he could heal and save a second or so in the animation.
Well done.
I don't know if I missed if he actually did it during the Marsh Cave, but there's also a trick called Cure Canceling.
Oh, I wasn't able to. Oh, yeah, I'll show it later on because I'm going to
Okay.
be doing some damage boosting later on.
Yeah, I'll point it out again when he does it. But Cure Canceling is where he casts Cure as he hits a screen transition, so that he still gets the recovery but skips the animation. So the point of going into the Marsh Cave was to find this mirror, which then lets us show the true nature of the butler in Ket's place. And then also where he stands when he uses the mirror is important too, because unless he's on this specific tile right here, oh no, a werewolf.
Oh no!
The werewolf will hit him instantly instead of just
Don't jump.
getting clobbered by the sickle here.
Thing to mention about the combat too, the sickle doesn't, depending on which direction you push, whether if you're not pressing anything or pressing something, like something like the sword will attack differently, like you either stab or do a slash. But with the sickle, it's always the same attack. It's just you just whip it around your head.
These mice are kind of obnoxious.
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
They're very quick.
They're quick, and I believe they can poison you.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Poison is kind of the opposite of the girl's HP cure, where
It
you
depletes
take
HP.
ticks of damage over I think 6 times or so. I think it's worth pointing out too that some of these chests he's getting aren't really because he cares about using the items he gets out of there. It's actually to fill up his inventory,
Right.
Because you can hold a max of 16 consumable items, and that has filling that up means that he can basically try to force a certain drop later on that he's going to be grinding for.
Oh, okay. Here. So that's a really good drop, actually. For this category, the crystals will refill your will meter in the bottom fully. So it would be really helpful for the last boss.
Yeah, because how fast the will meter fills is tied to your will stat, which he is going to be gaining some points in from his power and stamina based leveling route, but it's still going to be really, really low compared to where it should be for the final boss, like in a normal playthrough. So having these crystals to instantly fill it and let him use super attacks is going to make a bit of a difference.
coming up on the handy dandy chain here. It's a really good weapon. It does more damage, and the reach is crazy. And also, here's another quick little tutorial on how to use it. There you go. So it's pretty nice how the game does that for you.
Yeah, and he does need it in order to get across some pits. I think just one in Ket's plays.
I should just save right here.
Yeah, he's going to be saving. That was a cure cancel
Right, that
there
was
too.
it.
He just
Oh, nice.
cured as soon as he
Yeah.
stepped on the stairs. So yeah, I mean, if you get just because the enemy spawns are pretty random, you can go from being perfectly fine to being on the verge of death in almost no time at all.
Yeah.
Basically, if you walk into a room and just get a bunch of enemy spawns right in your face. So since this is a marathon run, he's going to be saving pretty aggressively.
Yeah, I'm really tight. I'm really tight on medic during this run, so I have to be very careful when I use it. Because if I get hit, I can. Sometimes it just ignores that I ever even used it, but it still says I used it in the menu. So it's like, well, gotta restart. So that's why I've been saving very often after each use. We found Sam.
Oh,
Hey, Sam. Let's get out of here.
welcome back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the magic rope, which is the kind of the exit spell equivalent in the Mana series, doesn't get invented until Secret of Mana, so he does have to walk all the way out of Ket's place.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be backtracking to the beginning of this mansion here at Ket's place, but I thought maybe if I could ask people like the viewers and stuff, do you guys have any good memories of the Mana series, playing any of the games, maybe like Secret of Mana, growing up with that, or Legend of Mana? I'd like to hear it like through donations and stuff. They're really cool.
You know, I actually have one of those donations right here.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
It's $5 from Kona Riken. He says, I'd like to challenge anyone who played this game and got stuck at the palm tree and
Yeah, that is a really, really evil puzzle.
It got me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
he says to anyone who got stuck there, maybe donate $5 and we might be able to reach $1 million.
All right. Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
I'll donate $5 just for that because
Yeah.
I've got me.
Definitely.
I have $100 here from Air Conditioning. He says, yo, got up in time to see your run. Don't know if the rest of the family is watching, but we're all proud of you for working so hard to raise money for Doctors Without Borders. Good luck, my dude.
Oh, that's my brother actually. So thanks, Ty.
Just doing a little menu optimization there too when he's in there anyway to equip. I think of Maddock, he was shifting his items that he's actually going to need to use up to the top too.
Right. Just like getting those crystals up top will be important for the Julius fight.
Oh,
Let me know when we have time for a few more donations.
Oh yeah, I'm all set. Just want maybe like one or two more. I'm actually close to the entrance. There's a boss fight coming up, so.
Sure, I've got $500 here from Anonymous. He says,
Wow.
I love Pokemon, and let's make it come true.
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
That pillow is a consumable item that casts the sleep spell.
So coming up here is actually the second boss. His name is Lee. He's the vampire. And you basically you want to get 4 hits in each cycle. So I'm just gonna pretty just smash this chain here and try to get at the edge of his hitbox.
Yeah, this guy is a pretty big jerk in Secret of Mana, but fortunately in,
Oh, yeah.
in Final Fantasy Adventure, he's pretty easy, mostly because you can destroy his bats with your
By the way,
attacks.
yeah, really easy.
There you go. We got Magic Book of Sleep. Learn Slep. So we learned Slep. Good old Slep. It's a really good
Yeah.
spell. So we want to go to Wendell, but we're actually going to skip right past that. So
Yeah. All right. So now we have both of the tools needed to start wrong warping the sickle and then a partner character. And we're also conveniently right next to the spot where we can do it. So now we're here. Now we're in the
Yep.
snowfield.
Now we're halfway through the game. I don't know if anyone caught that. It's a very quick wrong warp thing.
Yeah, I mean,
guess.
we unfortunately don't fully understand like how exactly what exactly it's doing, like from a game mechanics perspective. But the setup is just that he was using the sickle to clear those vines, and then doing a screen transition back into the vines that respawned, and and then based on the direction he's facing, that just glitched out the game and sent him probably over about 50% of the way through.
Yeah, about 50%.
Because he's now past. He's now past like the airship dungeon that you. That is about halfway through the game.
Yeah.
So because of how much he's now skipped, ooh,
This is it.
come on,
Oh, this
come
is
on,
super
I
good
believe.
luck,
I believe.
man.
Come on, this
come
is
on,
it.
let's see it, let's see it.
Come on.
Yay!
Really nice.
I was gonna donate literally $1 for every time I would not get that item, but so it's
Yeah.
only $1.
Okay, so because of how much of the game he's now skipped, he's just ridiculously underleveled, and every enemy here can one-shot him, even with the Iron Helmet glitch. So he's just being conservative as far as just reloading the screen until he gets pretty good spawns, and then also using the sleep spell to paralyze enemies. And then the sleep spell, like I think pretty much every other attack in the game is affected by the will meter, and
Right.
how full it is when you cast it affects how long the enemies are paralyzed. So coming up pretty soon is going to be another wrong warp.
Oh,
This is what we call the sword warp.
Oh, nice.
You got it first try.
oh,
Nice.
really
So
nice.
what he did there was that he combined the kind of the back and forth movement of the sword with the fact that the ice in this game works like a conveyor belt and pushes you in a set direction. And then by starting a sword special when he was on a ice conveyor, then the game just kind of lost track of where he's supposed to stop doing the sword special, and then just glitched out his his physics basically, and he was
Right.
able to clip through the wall. And now he's in the undersea volcano, which is yet even further along in the game. And now it's time for another wrong warp, which is why he needed that blizzard drop in the snowfield. So he reloads the game to spawn these enemies here, and what he needs to do, because even though that staircase there looks like a normal, looks like a
It's
normal
good.
screen
It's a good.
transition, the bottom tile of it is actually a teleporter. So what he's going to be doing here is he's going to be freezing one of these enemies and pushing it onto the teleporter so that it overrides the teleporter. And then he's going to be using his partner character, Sam.
Oh,
Ooh.
having some bad luck here.
Using his partner character to actually push him through the snowman, which is supposed to be a solid object. And then that lets him actually get down the staircase without ever touching the teleporter. And then because of yet another glitch, well, you'll see where he ends up after he gets it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, once he gets through,
Come on,
it's pretty
Sam.
easy. He's just basically just
Come on,
holding
Sam, help
down.
me.
Come on, Sam.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Hey.
I got it.
And now we are at the end of the game, at the end of the Mana Temple, which is the final dungeon. And he had to destroy the snowman as part of the setup too. But so we just met Sam's mother, who gave him the Excalibur, or better known as the Excalibur,
Excalibur.
Excalibur,
strongest sword in the game. So he could actually just go straight to Julius, the final boss now, but he's level 9, and that's not going to cut
not
it
good.
at all. So
Yeah. So right now,
for the next like 5-10 minutes or so, he's going to
depends,
be
really.
he's going to be grinding on these mammoth enemies here, which are like the highest XP normal battle in the game.
Yeah.
And thanks to having the Excalibur, they're not terribly long to kill, but they can one-shot him. So he's using the sleep spell to stun them before fighting, and just because he's constantly leveling up, he's getting his MP refilled too. So, like you mentioned earlier too, he's he'd be taking stamina for his remaining level ups, which boosts both his defense and also his HP. And he does gain 1 power from each stamina level up he takes too. And both doing that and also going to level 23 instead of 17 is kind of how this route he's using for the marathon differs from like a world record attempt.
Yeah, world record attempt, I'd be going up to power until level 12, and then from 13 to 17, I'd be doing stamina, which is very dangerous. It just means that if I hit with the last boss once, I'm dead. But
Yeah,
for
so-
this one, it's be a little bit more.
Yeah, for this route here, just for the cost of a few extra minutes of grinding, he's going to be guaranteed able to survive at least 1 contact hit from the first form of the final boss, and then more of his ranged attack. Then another thing too, before we kick it over for donations, is that he's hoping to get an Aegis shield drop from these enemies too. It's it is the best shield in the game, and then the reason he wants that is because it can block Julius's nuke spells, which he uses in both his first and third forms. And this is also why he wants to fill up his inventory if he can from drops, because the game actually, or some enemy drop chests are random as far as what item you get, but the game doesn't check for the contents when the drop happens. It checks when you touch the chest. Let's see.
Cross my
Let's
fingers.
see
Say
if
it.
we win.
Come on.
Yeah!
I knew it. Yes, first try.
Nice.
The
I
other,
hope
the other,
Bowie and Elmagus are watching right now. I hope they're really happy about this.
yeah. So the other drop that you can get here is a unicorn horn, which is a status cure item and is useless for this run. But if his inventory filled up, he would actually just be able to, because nice out of bound enemy there.
Yeah.
Because the consumable items and the equipment go into different pools in his inventory. If his consumables are filled up, he can basically just keep bumping into the chest until he gets the shield, basically, because every time he gets the unicorn, it'll just say can't carry or something.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much it until we're done with this grind. So I guess we can have some donations for a few minutes.
Sure, thanks. We got $5 here from Chris Effect, who says, I got stuck on the palm tree puzzle also. When I was 9, I had to write to Nintendo Power for answers to that one, yeah. A Rid Jar sends $20 and says, long-time viewer, first-time donator, go for the cow level and save the frames.
I agree.
I wanted to give you guys an update on that cow level, actually. We're still a little bit away from it, but that is basically an extended play on the speed run of Diablo 2. That's coming up in just a few hours, about 90 minutes or a little bit under 2 hours away from that. Right now, it's at $14,090 out of $25,000 required. So if you guys want to hear a bunch of moos, and I do, then what you need to do is make sure we can hit that donation incentive. Really encourage everyone to contribute to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I have another one here from Furio Rio 133. Says, hi guys, greetings from France. Watching SGDQ every year, and it's really awesome. Thank you guys for this amazing marathon for a great cause. And of course, kill the animals, save the frames. Thank you very much. Yeah. We have $10 from Hibby. Says, first donation, woo!
Woo.
Woo. Anyways, Pokemon Blue reverse badges is something I need to see, and I would love to see that too.
Yeah. Quick too. Even though he's got the Aegis shield, there is still RNG as far as how quickly he can finish this grind. Just because he wants to ideally get 2 mammoths and then also have them be fairly close together, so he can be hitting them both at the same time with the Excalibur. So you'll notice he's been re-rolling a couple times for his spawns, either by screen transitioning or resetting the game. Because if he's killed all of the enemies, the fastest way to respawn them is with a save and reload.
Oops. Okay.
Time for a few more?
Yep.
Right on. I've got $15 here from Anonymous. He says, this is my first donation for anything ever. Happy running and kill the animals. Thanks, Anonymous. Tim and Paul sent $10 and said, glad to see that Final Fantasy Adventure is getting some time during this year's SGDQ. Thanks to all the runners and staff who support staff who make this event a success year after year. Let's all pitch in and help the donation total get well beyond 1 million. I've got $10 here from David Mallow, who says, woke up ridiculously early on a weekend to watch the Child of Light run. So glad to see this game at GDQ. Here's $10 for the awesome SGDQ.
So many out-of-bound mammoths.
Yeah.
Like what?
This guys.
Corvus 52 sends $50 and says, hey everyone, keep up the awesome work. Save frames, kill the animals. Yagamoth has $20 for it.
Yaga, what's up, man?
Yeah, for Doctors Without Borders. He says, good morning and good luck on the Final Fantasy Adventure run. I met Opus during last AGDQ. Super amazing person. Definitely worth a follow if you're not already doing that, and this goes towards Opus's choice.
Good taste. Thanks, Yaga, so much. Yeah, Yaga's such a really good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and he's a big. He runs other games in the Mana series too.
For those of you who were around for the last run, Takaze sends $25. It says, here is the crits I paid for.
Pay to win.
Yeah. Great run so far, Opus. Choose where this money is headed.
Good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not quite level 23 yet, but there are some more mammoths on the way to the mana tree.
Yeah, I'm almost just about done, so I'm gonna be getting these few more mammoths, and then be our last fight, which includes 3 phases. So
One quick one here.
Okay.
$600 from Anonymous.
Nice.
He says, I love Pokemon, so let's make it come true. This is a dedicated guy. Thank you very much.
So of Julius's 3 forms, the most dangerous by far is the first one, which is where he's just got 3 clones of himself. And I mean, the danger just comes from the 3 forms and just the fact that their movement is random, and they teleport too. And I mean, in like a world record attempt, you die in 1 hit if he touches you. But because of the extra leveling that Opus did, he's guaranteed to be able to survive 1 hit, maybe 2 if he gets lucky, just because the damage is random. So. And he made sure to go into the fight with a full will meter, and then he's also going to be using his crystals just because he can do the best damage if he uses his sword special. And he really wants to avoid getting boxed in like that too. I mean, he is able to block those nuke spells with the Aegis shield, but Julius can just corner you and then walk into you too. I mean, once he kills one of them, then that does make it somewhat safer. But I mean, it's not over till it's over. So he's just basically just kind of doing hit and run with the sword special here.
Yeah, and Sam is really helping me out too.
Asking Sam to help him. Yeah.
You're not supposed to have the girl for this, by the way, too. The girl was kind of supposed to be removed after you went to Wendell.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's much easier when there's only 2 left.
Yeah. Yeah, the idea is to try to line up the guys so you can kind of hit as many clones as possible with just 1 hit, one attack, side to side. Yeah, now it's just 1. Should be really easy. Nice.
Okay, 1 more. Should be 1 more. Unless I didn't hit him earlier. But just stab him. Yeah.
Hey! All right, 1
Good
down.
advice. Good advice.
So for Julius's second form is a lot easier just because, I mean, he's just so much more predictable. I mean, he's supposed to actually have 2 lightning bolts, but because he has the girl with him, thanks to wrong warping, she's actually taking up one of the sprite slots that's supposed to be a lightning bolt. So
Nice.
And then Julius can either dive down or dive towards the center of the room. Like, he won't dive down if he's already in the corner. So he's just kind of hesitating a little bit to see what he does after each movement, and then getting hits in as he dives. This music's awesome, by the way, too. This game has a really nice soundtrack for a Game Boy game, although sadly the Warps Run deprives us of a lot of the good music.
Yeah, definitely check out a lot of the tracks. There's some really good ones in this game, for sure.
Shouldn't be too much longer here.
Yeah. He's not being as aggressive as he normally is.
You'd enjoy more of the music at least.
Yeah. Much better than the last one that was playing. Or from the grind fight.
Yeah. I mean, the real Mana Temple is really good music, but we were just hearing the Ice Cavern over and over again because of how the wrong warp works. All right, so you're going to show it, right?
Yeah, I'm going to show this.
Yeah, go for it.
Since there's 2 Sams on the screen at once, actually, if I walk into this one on the right, this game slows down and basically ignores our existence, so I'll show you.
Yeah, I mean, that was good for doing the snowman warp, but it's not too good for for Julius here, because just watch how fast his hands and fireballs are moving here.
Look into my eyes.
Yes,
Like nothing else around me exists.
I do like how the music is completely unaffected despite the game.
It just went right through
too.
me. Yeah.
So anyway, so as soon as the fight starts, he's just going to reset the game, and that fixes, I guess, the glitch with your partner characters, so that you only have, because you are normally supposed to have the girl for Julius 3. Right, so Julius 3 has a completely fixed teleport pattern, so he knows where he's going to appear, and he's just kind of waiting a little bit for him to shoot his nuke spells and then get close and get some hits in. And he's also standing at a very particular point right below Julius's sprite too, just because for whatever reason, when he explodes, his hitbox changes shapes, and
I've lost many runs.
Yes, I mean that, and I think you're even with that extra power leveling, if he touches Julius, he still gets one shot. So that would include getting touched by his explosion too. So he's just making sure that doesn't happen. We don't want to have any Pyrrhic victories here.
Time should be coming up. It's pretty soon. Once the cycle restarts, and then should be a few more hits after that. I'll let you know when it's close. Okay, so the cycle reset back to its original form. It should be in about 2 more cycles, or 2 more phases. It's probably the last one here. And time. That's pretty good. Very good luck.
That was
Good, yeah.
That was a good run.
Great run, dude.
Like
Thanks.
the only time you actually died was during the snowman teleport, right? Yeah.
Great run, Opus. Your final time was 39:50.
Yeah,
Nice
sub 40.
Yeah,
Good for marathon strats.
really nice.
See, I owe it all to people like No Cash, who originally showed me at SGDQ, Bowie the Hero, El Magus, staying by me and supporting me through this, and basically everyone else. Like
And Crow is another important person for this game.
Yeah,
too.
Crow's been around. He's been showing me a lot, helping me here and there, and he's a very helpful guy. Yeah, the Mana series community is really nice. So if you ever need any help with anything like getting in this game or maybe Secret of Mana, you can let me know through like Twitter or Twitch. I can for sure help you out, send you the right way. There's a Discord for the whole Mana series. Yeah, I really appreciate everyone's help. Thanks guys for coming on the couch for me and everything.
My pleasure.
Yeah, anytime, dude.
And yeah, for the story here, Sam actually becomes the mana tree because the mother is Julius destroyed the mana tree before, so now a new person has to host the tree, and so she becomes, or over time she has to just use her life as to become the new mana tree, and to protect her forevermore. So
Until Secret of Mana.
Until Secret of Mana,
Then things kind of go awry again.
Right.
But,
yeah, guys, thanks so much. Everyone that I forget if I mentioned some other people. I know, Bowie the Hero has been helping me a lot, and Mel Megas has been a lot. So yeah, thanks for sticking by me through like learning this game and everything. And thanks everyone at SGDQ for having me here. I really appreciate it. It's been a really, really nice time. So yeah, thanks again.
Really enjoyed that Final Fantasy adventure run from Opus. Coming up right away, we are going to have an Aladdin for the Super Nintendo race with Pickle 4444, Ribbed Killa, and Countdown 42. They're going to be running that in just a few moments. Now, I know Opus, he was asking for some of your memories related to Final Fantasy Adventure. I have a bunch of those comments. I'm going to try to get to them now. So thank you all for your donations. Thank you for sending those in. If I haven't had a chance to read your donation, just know that it is being received and that we are just thrilled to receive all of them. I have $100 here from Crazy Carl. He says he woke up early this morning to donate